And if you are just joining us, welcome here to the launch pad. You're looking at a live view from inside the White Room as it swings away the crew access arm, as we are now officially into a second terminal countdown for the Artemis 2 wet dress rehearsal. The NASA teams are officially targeting a T0 of 10:17 p.m. Eastern time for that second countdown here. Let's get the NASA timeline back up on your screen there. There you go. As we continue, T-minus 6 minutes, 30 seconds and counting till the second simulated T0. We are expecting teams to run this countdown all the way down to T-minus 30 seconds, hold, and then they will scrub for today's activities. This is all part of the plan. Again, an incredible recycle capability being shown here. We had confirmation that they got through the first terminal count at 9:04 p.m. Eastern time. 10:07 p.m. Eastern, an hour, 3 minutes later, they confirmed we are into the second count, which is right in line with the 60 to 90 minute recycle process that they announced that this would take. So this is a wonderful showing of them really knowing this vehicle. Again, for the second time tonight, for the first time in over 52 years, a moon rocket is fully fueled. The crew capsule is ready. The crew access arm has retracted. The pad is ready. And if we had loaded the crew and this was a countdown to an actual launch window, we are 5 minutes, 25 seconds away from liftoff here this evening. So let's see that go, no go in the chat from you guys for this simulated launch. If you haven't yet, take a moment, share out the stream, invite people to join us. I know it has been an incredibly long day, but we have made it here to the second, terminal count, 5 minutes and counting. Reminder, as we go through these final 5 minutes, it is possible that we will see some holds. That doesn't mean that that's anything bad, but it is possible to see while teams continue to run through this. NASA is not providing any commentary, but they are giving us those updates on screen on that little scrolling bar. But the biggest thing is going to be to watch that countdown clock. The first time we ran through terminal count, we got to T-minus 90 seconds, and we held there for up to 3 minutes. And then we saw them resume the count. At this time, we are not 100% certain whether they will do that same procedure again or not. We're waiting to see that. L-minus 4 minutes, 20 seconds and counting. If it's your first time here, though, welcome. Hi, my name's Zach. I'm the founder and host here at the Launchpad Network. Here at TLP, it's our mission to inform and inspire the explorers of tomorrow, because we believe that space is better together, and we are honored to have you joining us live here all day and all night for our live coverage of the Artemis 2 wet dress rehearsal. We have a fully fueled moon rocket. That is something I have never been able to say before in my life. We had Artemis 1, don't get me wrong, it was a moon rocket. But this one was built with a capsule to actually fly crew. And that is a really big deal. And we are glad to have you all joining us live here. If you guys have questions, you can send those in the chat quickly here while we continue through the coverage. You're here to see that rocket, not me. So I'm going to get off the screen, make sure we have as many camera views on screen for you guys as we go through this final 3.5 minutes of the second terminal count here this evening. But we got lots of people jumping in from all over the world, and we're glad to see you here. Once we go through this final sequence, they will hold, they will recycle to a safe position, and then they will begin their scrub procedures, where they will then go through the steps to detank the Space Launch System. And this will take about 10 to 12 hours or so at minimum. So similar time to launch, we will see again. And then tomorrow, we already do know there will be a press briefing. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We will bring you live coverage of that tomorrow. And no matter what happens tonight, we have our 24/7 countdown to launch coverage, where you can see a 24/7 pad camera and get the latest updates on how the countdown is progressing. We got 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Let's turn all of our eyes over to the rocket as we await the final 2.5 minutes to this second simulated countdown of Artemis 2. And you can see there the clock continuing to run past that T-minus 90 seconds. Teams running this countdown down to T-minus 30 seconds. If you're just joining us, you're looking at a live view of Launch Complex 39B, T-minus 59 seconds and counting till the simulated launch of Artemis 2. We're keeping a close eye on that crew access arm and the timeline and the top, our countdown clock in the top left corner of your screen. We are expecting that to run to T-minus 30 seconds and hold. And that is when teams will conclude today's wet dress rehearsal and 2 terminal countdowns. 3, 2, 1, hold. Clock is, there we go. It is held at T-minus 28 seconds. It may have taken a second or two there. We will wait a confirmation from NASA, but we have to say congratulations to everyone in launch control, mission control, all of the control rooms that have made this happen. 2.5 weeks ago, we had a wet dress rehearsal where we could not get to 100% loading without some major hydrogen leaks. And then here we are tonight with a fully fueled Space Launch System rocket, and we have not heard the word leak once today. We have not heard the word hold once today. That was not a planned time where we would expect them to take more or less time. We had that one little glitch with communications, but an incredibly successful day. There we go. They put the clock back up. They paused at T-minus 29 seconds. This is where they were expected to hold, and now they will go through a scrub protocol before safing the vehicle and then detanking. But we have a fully fueled moon rocket that we would have been launching right this second, again for the second time tonight, if we had had a real launch window and had the crew on board. A great sign that we'll wait for NASA to officially target any launch windows. But reminder, March 6th is that earliest possible launch date, and we will be keeping a very close eye on that launch date. We got some of our team down here on site already. Others will be flying in over the next week to bring you our full live countdown to launch coverage leading up to launch from the NASA Kennedy Space Center press site. Again, a huge thank you to NASA for making it happen that we can be out there here. I am refreshing eagerly for you guys as much as me to see if we get an update here officially from NASA on how that last terminal count went. But it looks to be an incredibly successful evening and a test for the Space Launch System. There's the crew access arm now swinging back into place. You can see that on the top of your screen there, the arm swinging back in. It's really incredible how fast that is able to come back in to the vehicle. But at T-minus 5 minutes, 25 seconds in the countdown, the vehicle does switch from using that crew access arm where the crew could try to get out of the vehicle and escape to actually using the launch abort system on the vehicle, similar to how we see with Falcon 9. Once that crew access arm retracts, we don't try to swing it back in. We actually just abort from the vehicle if for some reason that was having to be done. Of course, we're not going to simulate that here today. If you're just joining us, we are now T-minus 29 seconds and holding. This should be the end of the Artemis 2 wet dress rehearsal. And if I jump the gun and say it, I hope this is the second and last Artemis 2 wet dress rehearsal. We have an update on your screen. Wet dress rehearsal has concluded. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. They have completed the dress rehearsal here today. I'm still waiting for a bigger update for you guys. We should get one within the next 60 seconds or so on their website. But we are an incredible evening here that the Artemis 2 wet dress has indeed completed with a successful wet dress rehearsal, 2 terminal counts, full tanking operations of the Space Launch System. While we await for that official update here, if you haven't yet, take a moment, engage that subscribe button so you never miss another live launch coverage or our full coverage of Artemis 2. A reminder, our 24/7 broadcast covering the pad and the latest updates won't be going anywhere. That'll continue to run until liftoff or rollback. But a really great sign that things have completed here. Still waiting to see if we get any sort of official statement here from NASA. I'm not seeing anything as of yet, but we will bring that to you on our social medias once we do see that here. It will take anywhere from 10 to 12 hours for them to complete the detanking of the space launch system. And then they will safe it for their review. We do have that briefing scheduled for tomorrow, and we will bring you the latest on that tomorrow and via our social medias over the coming. Here we go. We have an update for you. The Artemis 2 wet dress rehearsal ended today at 10:16 p.m., concluding as planned at T-minus 29 seconds into the countdown. At 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, Friday, February 20th, the agency will give an update and the 24/7 coverage will continue. That is it. Wet dress rehearsal number 2 in the books, and Artemis 2 one step closer to launch. And if we're lucky, maybe tomorrow we get an official launch target. We'll have to wait. Maybe that's asking too much. They still got to review a ton of data, but it seems like today was an incredibly perfect day. So with that, we've got an early morning with the briefing tomorrow, a bunch of launches through the weekend, and we've got a ton of work in the back end getting ready to bring you the best coverage we can of Artemis 2. We are doing things we have never done at the press site or for any launch before. So we are going to conclude our live coverage and commentary for the wet dress rehearsal. As I said, the 24/7 coverage will continue. But on behalf of the entire TLP crew, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Head over to the launchpad.store. You can pick up your Artemis 2 launch gear and some posters, many more posters coming in the coming days. That helps support what we do. If you like what we do, hit the join button, consider becoming a member, or head over to the GoFundMe. But even just watching, sharing, liking, and commenting is a huge help. Again, a huge thank you to the TLP moderator team. They have been in here all day today with me, making sure we're answering as many of your guys' questions as we can and keeping the chat safe and fun for all ages, because we do know a lot of schools watch our coverage as well. So we appreciate you guys asking those questions. But for now, from the Space Coast in Florida, a historic night with 2 fully fueled vehicles, Artemis 2 basically ready. I'm Zach, and we will see you next time, because space is better together. Good night.